CBS 46 News at noon starts now.
Good Wednesday afternoon. I'm Karen Greer. Our top story this noon, the early morning rumble that everyone's talking about. Did you feel it? Well, I did. And here's the CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm with new details on the Decatur, Tennessee earthquake that shook much of Georgia.
Our CBS 46 social media pages lit up starting at about 4:15 this morning. One Twitter follower wrote, "I felt it in Atlantic Station, but just thought one of my cats was somehow shaking the whole bed. Glad to know I'm not crazy now." Another in Atlanta's Grant Park wrote, "My dog started barking like crazy. I just thought it was a very heavy truck. Now I see it was an earthquake."
For some reason, animals seem to be more tuned to these sort of things.
Ben Benkowski is a registered geologist with the state of Georgia and president of the Atlanta Geological Society. He tells me this morning's release of energy in the earth was about 5.5 miles deep. The epicenter of the 4.4 magnitude earthquake was near Decatur, Tennessee. This intensity map by the U.S. Geological Survey shows Georgians as far south as Columbus felt it. Why wasn't there much damage? This frequency map shows the eastern Tennessee seismic zone is a relatively quiet one.
We just don't get much movement. In fact, the fact that it was so deep is just, maybe it's some settling or something, but it happens very infrequently.
Earthquakes are rarely felt in Metro Atlanta. We searched our video archives and found one I covered back in 2003. The epicenter of that one was Fort Payne, Alabama. Our earthquakes, people in California probably laugh at them.
Yeah, it's everyday kind of a thing, or maybe every month kind of a thing.
So what's the likelihood of us here in Georgia experiencing an earthquake, say with the magnitude of what we just saw in Anchorage, Alaska? Not in our lifetime. In Gwinnett County, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Just enough to jolt you out of your sleep. Let's head straight over to meteorologist Molly McCullum for more on this early morning earthquake. Molly, Georgia wasn't the only state rattled by the Tennessee quake.
Actually, quite a few states felt the earthquake this morning. Alabama, Georgia, of course, a lot of people in Georgia felt this earthquake, even in South Carolina and North Carolina, but it was centered near Decatur, Tennessee, not Decatur in Georgia. 4.4 magnitude at 4:14 in the morning, of course, waking a lot of people up. And there was an aftershock, a 3.3 magnitude aftershock at 4:27 in the morning. So a lot of people felt the initial earthquake. They didn't feel the aftershock here in Georgia. But there's the earthquake near Decatur, Tennessee. That's about 50 miles from the northern border of Georgia and about 150 miles from Atlanta. So it was really surprising that a lot of us could feel it. And there are some reports of feeling shaking all the way as far south as Macon and LaGrange. So pretty impressive this morning. And you just heard Rebecca say that we don't see them very often, so it is a little unusual.